I hope everyone is feeling well. We are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 1, text 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tadaham te vidasyami Mahapaurushiko Bhavan Yasya Shraddhadatam Ashu Syammukunde Mati Sati. That very Srimad Bhagavatam I shall recite before you, because you are the most sincere devotee of Lord Krishna, one who gives full attention and respect to hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, achieves unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord, the giver of salvation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam is recognized Vedic wisdom and the system of receiving transcendental knowledge through bona fide disciplic succession. For advancement of material knowledge, there is a need for personal ability and researching aptitude. But in the case of spiritual knowledge, all progress depends more or less on the mercy of the spiritual master. The spiritual master must be satisfied with the disciple. Only then is knowledge automatically manifest before the student of spiritual science. The process should not, however, be misunderstood to be something like magical feats whereby the spiritual master acts like a magician and injects spiritual knowledge into his disciple as if surcharging him with an electrical current. The bona fide spiritual master reasonably explains everything to the disciple on the authority of Vedic wisdom. The disciple can receive such teachings not exactly intellectually, but by submissive inquiries and a service attitude. The idea is that the spiritual master and the disciple must be bona fide. In this case, the spiritual master, Shukadeva Goswami, is ready to recite exactly what he has learned from his great father, Srila Vyasadeva, and the disciple, Maharaj Parikshit, is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. A devotee of Lord Krishna is he who believes sincerely that by becoming devotee of the Lord, one becomes fully equipped with everything spiritual. This teaching is imparted by the Lord himself in the pages of Bhagavad Gita, in which it is clearly described that the Lord, Sri Krishna, is everything, and that to surrender unto him solely and only makes one the most perfect pious man. This unflinching faith in Lord Krishna prepares one to become a student of Srimad Bhagavatam, and one who hears Srimad Bhagavatam from the devotee, like Shukadeva Goswami, is sure to attain salvation at the end, as Maharaj Parikshit did. The professional reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam and the pseudo-devotees whose faith is based on 1 week's hearing are different from Shukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit. Srila Vyasadeva explained Srimad Bhagavatam unto Shukadeva Goswami from the very beginning of the Jammadhyasya verse, and so Shukadeva Goswami also explained it to the king. Lord Krishna is described as the Mahapurush in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, in his devotional feature as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna himself, in his devotional attitude, descended on earth to bestow special favors upon the fallen souls of this age of Kali. There are 2 verses particularly suitable to offer as prayers to this Mahapurusha, feature of Lord Krishna. Deyam sada paribhava gnam avishtadoham tirtaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam vrityartiham pranatapala bababdipotam Bande Mahapurusha te charanarabindam Tyaktva sudustyaja surepsita raja lakshmim Dharmishtarya vachasayad agad aranyam Mayamrigam dayitaye psitam ambadavad Bande Mahapurusha charanarabindam Bhattam 11.5, 33, 34. In other words, Purusha means the enjoyer, and Mahapurusha means the supreme enjoyer, or the supreme personality of God, Sri Krishna. One who deserves to approach the supreme Lord Sri Krishna is called the Mahapurushika. Anyone who hears Srimad Bhagavatam attentively from his bona fide recital is sure to become a sincere devotee of the Lord, who is able to award liberation. There was none so attentive as Maharaj Parikshit in the matter of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and there was none so qualified as Shukadev Goswami to recite the text of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, anyone who follows in the footsteps of either the ideal reciter or the ideal hearer, Shukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit, respectively, will undoubtedly attain salvation like them. Maharaj Parikshit attained salvation by hearing only, and Shukadev Goswami attained salvation only by reciting. Recitation and hearing are two processes out of 9 devotional activities, and by strenuously following the principles, either in all or by parts, one can attain the absolute plane. So the complete text of Srimad Bhagavatam, beginning with the Jamadhyasya verse up to the last one in the 12th canto, was spoken by Shukadev Goswami for the attainment of salvation by Maharaj Parikshit. In the Padma Purana, it is mentioned that Gautama Muni advised Maharaj Ambarish to hear regularly Srimad Bhagavatam as it was recited by Shukadev Goswami. And herein it is confirmed that Maharaj Ambarish heard Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning to the end, as it was spoken by Shukadev Goswami. One who is actually interested in Bhagavatam, therefore must not play with it by reading or hearing a portion from there, here, a portion from there. No. One must follow in the footsteps of great kings like Maharaj Ambarish or Maharaj Parikshit and hear it from a bona fide representative of Shukadev Goswami. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respectful obeisance unto him. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam was first written by Srila Vyasadeva by the order of his guru Srila Narada Muni at his old age. So Narada Muni came to see his disciple Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva told him, my Gurudev, after compiling all the Vedas, all the Puranas, Itihasas, Mahabharata, everything, I'm still not satisfied. Why is that? So Narada Muni told him that you have not glorified sufficiently the pure devotional service and the pastimes of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. You have not done that good enough. You have spoken about celestial planet, about going to heavenly planet by doing austerities and being pious, but you did not speak very clearly about the important thing, which is pure devotional service, and that the ultimate goal is to become eternal servant of Krishna and serve him in Goloka Vrindavan. You have not explained that. So you must write Srimad Bhagavatam in order to be fully satisfied. So following the order of his spiritual master, he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Now his son, Srila Shukadeva Goswami, he was in the womb of his mother, but he would not come out of the womb of his mother. He was there for 16 years. Poor mother. He was afraid, if I go out, I will maybe fall in Maya. So better I'm out, keep inside. Srila Vyasa tried to convince the child, but no, not possible. So Vyasadeva went to Dwarka and spoke with Lord Krishna and asked Lord Krishna to please come and convince Shukadeva to come out. So Krishna came himself and promised the child, you will be protected from Maya. Come out. Your poor mother is waiting for you for so long. You must come out. So anyway, Shukadeva Goswami decided to come out. Now, in the Purana it is explained that once Lord Shiva was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to his wife, Parvati, and he was reciting with closed eye, full attention by heart, all the Bhagavatam by heart, not reading. And a little parrot was nearby a tree. He was also listening. So when Mahadev was in the third canto, speaking about Sankhya Yoga, all this, Parvati will doze a little bit, fall asleep a little bit. But Shiva from time to time asks, are you listening? And the parrot imitated the voice of Parvati, say, yes, go on. Like that. So when he finished the Bhagavatam, he saw the parrot saying, go on. No, he heard the Bhagavatam. That's very dangerous. It's an animal, it's a bird. He may give it to recite it because they may learn by heart. Parrot can recite. He may repeat it to unworthy people. So I must do something about it. So Lord Shiva was following the parrot with his trishul, the trident. He was following him. And the poor parrot was trying to escape. And he reached the place where Vyasadeva was having his ashram, which is the name of the ashram of Vyasadeva. Anybody remember? In the audience here? Badarikashram. Yes, correct. Very good student. So, and when the parrot arrived at the Badarikashram, Srila Vyasadeva was reciting the 10th canto to his wife. And when she was hearing Krishna childhood pastime, she was in ecstasy. And she opened her mouth like, how wonderful, And the parrot entered her mouth and entered her womb. So Mahadev, Lord Shiva, arrived with his trident. He asked Vyasadeva, have you seen a parrot through here? Why are you looking for a parrot? To kill it. Why? Poor parrot. Because he heard Bhagavatam, he may make wrong use of it, as an animal. But what is the result of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? Oh, the result of hearing Bhagavatam is if somebody hears Bhagavatam becomes immortal. The Shastra said that every passing day, every sunrise, sunset reduce the life of all living beings. But those who hear continuously Srimad Bhagavatam, they are not affected by that because their consciousness is fixed in the eternal life and loving Krishna. So, and then Vyasadeva told Lord Shiva, but then if the parrot became immortal, how can you kill it? Oh, okay, your argument is better than mine. So he left. So this parrot became Shukadeva Goswami. He took in the womb of Vyasadev's wife. No? That's Krishna's plan. I mean, Shukadeva Goswami is a pure devotee. I mean, at the beginning, he was Brahmavadi, impersonalized. Everything one, but I danger outside Maya. But better I stay inside. But as soon as he was born, he grew up 16 years old. And he was naked and immediately walked out of the house. Renounced family life completely. The father Vyasadeva was running after him. My son, come back, come back. Only the echo of the trees were here, of the forest. He passed in front of a lake, and some lady were taking bath there naked. But when they saw Shukadeva Goswami, his eyes were innocent, like a small child. They didn't cover themselves. But when Vyasadeva passed, they covered themselves. And the reason was that Vyasadeva was doing the part of a Grihastha. And Grihastha has to make distinction between men and women, otherwise how he can be Grihastha? But of course, he's self-realized also. The tradition, no? That's the way of tradition. Anyway, so then he could not, get him back. But one day, one of his Vyasadeva disciples told him, Gurudev, I was in the forest collecting firewood, and I saw a person look like a ghost. He's naked, completely naked, hair completely held, and the eyes like were, he was like hanged, like haunted or something. I was very afraid. Maybe it's a ghost. Vyasadeva told him, if you see that ghost-like person again, recite this mantra. He gave him 2 mantras from the 10th canto of Bhagavatam describing the beauty of Krishna and beauty of his pastime. So that he will leave you alone. The next time the disciple went to collect firewood, he came running, and the ghost-like person was running behind him. And he told Vyasadeva, instead of making him go away, he's chasing after me. What kind of mantra you gave me? He said, no, I did this purposely because this is not ghost. This is my son, Shukadeva Goswami. He's self-realized, but by hearing the glories of Krishna, he immediately became attracted. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Even liberated person, Atma Rama, self-satisfied in the self, in the soul, when they hear about Krishna, they immediately feel attraction. Krishna is totally, transcendentally spiritual, beyond this material world. So to hear about his glories, his beauty, his pastime is very attractive, even to liberated souls. So Shukadeva Goswami then wanted to know more about Bhagavatam, and his father taught him everything, all 12 cantos. No? So from there he went to teach Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit was on the verge of death. He had only 7 days to live. It is said that he could have counteracted the curse. He had the power to counteract, but he didn't do it because he said this happened because Krishna wanted to happen. He understood that Krishna wanted him to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami and was calling him back home, back to Godhead. Krishna was feeling separation from his pure devotee, Maharaj Parikshit. So by the Lord's arrangement, they met at the bank of the Ganges. They sat down, and then Sripad Goswami was started instructing for 7 days, because that's the time he had. But now they became fashionable, Bhagavad Saptaha, for 7 days, only for 7-day recitation. And they don't start from first canto. They go to the 10th canto, the 5th chapter of Rasa Lila. The old week speaking about Rasa Lila only, the gopis, and in a very sentimental way. And people pay money. They just become like a professional reciter, with music and all fancy things, and like very artistic, very professional. But that's not the recommended way to hear Bhagavatam from a professional reciter. It is recommended to hear from somebody who's in line of the Guru Parampara, and who follow strictly the rules, regulation of the spiritual life, control of the mind, the senses, bona fide representative of this disciplic succession. So that is the situation, what happened. And the same Bhagavatam said, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam means always. Sevaya, serving the Bhagavata, is hearing the Bhagavata. Nitya, forever, always. 7 days, after 7 days, after 7 days. Continuously 7 days. Maharaj Parikshit only have 7 days, but we have more time, so we have to recite Bhagavatam. Prabhupada installed in the movement every day Bhagavatam class in all his content. Of course, when he went to South America, Venezuela, he was giving Srimad Bhagavatam class in the evening. Usually it is in the morning. That's the tradition, every temple in ISKCON. But in South America, Prabhupada decided himself to give Bhagavatam class in the evening, and his argument was more people will come. He said other devotees, temple president, can give Bhagavad Gita in the morning class. He changed. Usually it's Bhagavad Gita in the evening. But it's transcendental. Prabhupada said, my book are like sweet ball. You bite from any part, it's sweet. So now there are, in the Bhagavatam itself, there is other people also, conversation, they were also there in the description of the Bhagavatam. Like Sutta Goswami, he was hearing Bhagavatam, Sutta Goswami, and then he narrated the same thing to the sages of Naimisharanya. And then they quote another conversation there appears. It's all interconnected. Prabhupada said it's not chronological, but historical, past times. The flow, how it flows, how it flows. So, and the past time, not only from this planet, from other planet and universe also are described. Things happening in other planets. Imagine, who will have known what can happen on other planets? It's time that they look with their telescope and they just imagine things. Oh, many galaxies, must be in every galaxy one sun. What they know? A big telescope, how much they can see. Do you know one thing? People don't know, most people don't know. But all the photographs that the NASA show of the universe that the Hubble telescope took are photoshopped and colorized. You know that? Photoshopped and colorized. I mean, in the space they don't see, you think they don't take photo colors. Everything looks dark and gloomy, but they have to Photoshop and make it with colors to make, they're doing big job. It's not like that. And how much they can know about the life in other planets or no life in other planets. What they can. They think it's egocentric. For other planet to have life must have the same atmosphere as this Earth planet. That is not true. The body can adapt according to the atmosphere they live. Fish live under the water. We can't live under the water. So the body is made to live underwater. In the same way, the body of people living in the sun is made to live in the sun. They have fiery body. Common sense. It's not fantasy. They have the fantasy that there is no God, no control. That's more fantasy than to believe there is a controller. Perfectly done, so much harmony in the universe, so perfect order, laws. Who made the laws? Like that. So anyway, there's the Padma Purana. There's a story, history of Gokarna. Have you heard about Gokarna?
Heard the name.
Yeah.
Don't remember.
Okay. So tell you the pastime. Once Brahmana, he was very good devotee of the Lord, but his wife was very materialistic. And she always very angry, very, bad character, with misbehavior, everything. So he thought maybe if she had a son, she will change her nature, become more mother, more like that. So he went to the forest and saw a sage there and asked blessing from the sage that please do yagya so I can have a good son, so my wife become good person. And they say yes, okay. They did the yagya. He gave him fruit from the yagya. Said, give this to your wife. She will have a good son. Okay, thank you. So he went back home and told the wife, here, my dear wife, take this fruit because the sage said that if you eat this fruit, you have a good son. She said, okay, thank you. But as soon as he left, she thought, I don't want to have a child, 9 months there suffering, what? No, not for me. She gave the fruit to the cow. The cow ate the fruit. They have a cow in their house. Eventually, that lady had a son, but not a good one, because she didn't take the fruit from Yagya. The son was misbehaved, very rebellious, going with prostitutes, stealing money from his mother, his father. The father became so disgusted, he left home. He went to the forest, become renounced. But the cow had a child, but the child was human with cow ears. Face human, but the ears were cow ears. That's why his name is Gokarna. Goes, cows, Karna, ears. He was very nice, devotee, well behaved, very, very scholar in the scriptures and very devoted to the Lord. And he saw the situation because he tried to help his brother, but brother would not listen to him. Brother will steal from the mother, and the mother was angry at him that you're stealing money from me to take alcohol and go to prostitute. And then he was asking her money. She, I don't have no more money. So he was angry, throw her in the well. His mother threw her in the well and brought 5 prostitutes to the house living with them there. Gokarna left the house. He went on pilgrimage, So when he spent all the money he had on the prostitute, he didn't have any money at all. The prostitute killed him, threw him in the well, and they were living in the house for free. Eventually, they left the house and went to their business. And Gokarna came back from his pilgrimage and found the house empty. Nobody was there. But suddenly, one night, his brother came as a ghost and told him, confessed everything, confessed all He said, dear brother, because of my sinful activity, now I'm a ghost. Please help me. You're good, you're devoted, you are very compassionate. Please, I'm suffering too much as a ghost. Please help me. All right, say Gokarna, I will help you. So I'm gonna announce in the town that I'm gonna recite the Srimad Bhagavatam, invite everyone to hear. And you should also stay there. I will have next to me empty bamboo stick. You enter there, and from there you hear attentively. Yes, yes, brother. I appreciate very much your help. So he was reciting every day Srimad Bhagavatam. And after finished recitation of all the 12 cantos, his brother, the ghost, took four-armed form, and in front of everybody, he offers Dandavat to his brother and to everyone. He said, I'm going back to Vaikuntha by the mercy of my brother. By hearing attentively Srimad Bhagavatam, now I'm going back to God. Everybody was. Oh, wow, wonderful. But then some people complain, Gokarna, we also were hearing Bhagavatam. Why you are not getting liberation also? Only your brother getting liberation. And Gokarna said, because you were not attentive. You were talking among yourself, you were going drinking, eating, then come back, then go, gossip. You was not attentive. But my brother, he was totally attentive. He didn't care about sleeping, eating, nothing. Only hearing. That's why he got full result. You got some result. So that's very important point that if we hear Srimad Bhagavatam attentively from the bona fide source, pure devotees in the cyclic succession, then we get the full benefit of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And the ultimate understanding of the Srimad Bhagavatam is to fully surrender to the Lord and engage in pure devotional service. That's the ultimate understanding. Also, in the 11th canto, it is mentioned about Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is a prediction. Sanatana Goswami found that verse that predict Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Bhagavatam was recited 5,000 years ago. Lord Chaitanya came 500 years ago. But the prediction was there. Krishna Varnam Pisa Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagai Sankirtana Prayanti Sumedasa. That those who are intelligent in this age of Kali will worship the Lord who come in Kali Yuga with his associate, his paraphernalia. They will worship him through the Sankirtan, performing Sankirtan. He came to establish the Sankirtan movement. So Sankirtan is mentioned there in Kalo, this age of Kali. So this is the process. Has been, it is, and will continue to be. No change. Although was spoken by Lord Krishna millions of years ago to the Sangha, it's the same. It's not, no, we have to come out with some new philosophy. No. It's the same philosophy. Of course, Prabhupada adapted to modern age by giving facility, but it's the same, no changing the essence of it. So thank you for hearing Bhagavatam. Any question, comment? Yes?
So Maharaj, as you said, like we are supposed to read Srimad Bhagavatam from first verse to the last verse, right?
Yes.
But now that the only available source for us is books written by Prabhupada. So because it is written by Prabhupada, if we ourselves read it from start to end,
Yes.
is that good enough? Because the way you explained that it has to be spoken or you hear from disciplic succession, right? So because no matter how many classes we attend, we won't be hearing from first to the end, right? We'll be hearing this chapter, that chapter from this canto, like that. So what is the recommended process for people like us?
There is no difference between hearing and reading. When you read, you are hearing. In the sense you are getting the knowledge. Right? You either mentally read or you may read loudly so you can hear or hear. It doesn't matter. The important thing is to assimilate the knowledge, to understand it and to accept it, and to have a change of heart by doing so. That's more important, not the technical part of how you hear it, or the important thing from whom you hear. Srila Prabhupada, pure devotee, he translated the original verses and made commentaries. He quoted the commentaries of other acharyas, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Jiva Goswami, many others. So it is fully authorized version of the Bhagavatam. And if you want to study the Bhagavatam, you have to start from first canto, going to 10th, 11th, like that. That's the process of studying. For class, we Prabhupada established you read the verse that has to be read, But for personal study, it's different. Now the devotees started the Bhakti by Baba course, and studying that's Bhagavatam. First canto to sixth canto. I think so. So if you have done Bhakti Shastri, if you haven't done, do Bhakti Shastri first. Then you do Bhakti Vaibhav. That's a full study of the Bhagavad. Hare Krishna. Any other comment or question? Very good. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm pleased to see so many devotees here taking part in this class. Appreciate it very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Really appreciate your time and the classes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Premdatri Mataji. Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
And thank you, my disciple Jiva Pavana from Washington, D.C. He's also here. He was from San Diego. He's from San Diego, but now living in the Washington, D.C. area. So I'm glad to see his name here. James Jiva Pavan. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Haribol. Okay. So tomorrow we will have the last class of Srimad Bhagavatam. We will continue the verse coming after the verse we just read. And it is very important devotee come together, hear and chant about the glories of the Lord, the pastimes of Krishna with his devotees, and learn how to develop bhakti. That's the whole point, It's not to become big scholars or big reciters. It's to develop love and devotion for the Lord, attachment to increase our hearing, chanting about Krishna's glories, to become devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. We finish now here and see you tomorrow, Krishna willing.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you so much for the class. Hare Krishna.
Jai Hari Bol.